You ever seen somebody lose their vape? They start digging through the cushion, start accusing everybody. You take my vape? Did you take my vape? You take my vape? That's exactly what it's like when you lose your phone. You're thinking, oh my goodness, what's happening? Who took my phone? Who stole that? That's an iPhone 3, buddy. That's an iPhone 3. That's a vintage console, man. I need that. I need that. And then you see somebody looking at their vape strapped to her neck. Oh my goodness, that nicotine, that phone, that nicotine, same exact thing. Intertwined. That's a double helix. That's a DNA. It's in your DNA. It's in your mind frame. It's in your brain. My mother would say a very powerful and amazing spell to me every time she saw me on my phone. It's that phone, isn't it, huh? It's that phone messing up your brain. It's that phone, isn't it? She would say this every time something bad would happen in my life. Broke my leg? Oh, that's the phone. Got beat up at school? That's the phone. Oh, you're failing in school? That's the phone. Everything was attributed to one problem. Realistically, I thought she was off her gourd. She was a little bit crazy. She was in the loony bin coming outside to tell me all these tidings and sayings that she got from the future, but it really was that phone, wasn't it, huh? That little paranoia square, that trauma rectangle is always there, just mocking me every single day. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? You go to your phone, right? First thing you do when you wake up, go immediately to your phone. Well, I personally go take a pee. Nope, you go to your phone. Don't lie to me. Last thing you look at before you sleep is more often your phone. Some people go to bed to ASMR soap videos on their phones. Some people go to bed to podcasts playing under their pillow and then hiding the SIM card under their tongue so their ex doesn't try to go through their entire phone and ruin the relationship because you're texting that girl on Instagram, and guess what you're doing? You're failing texting that girl on Instagram, and it's embarrassing because you're trying to cheat, but you don't know how. You suck at cheating because nobody wants to talk to you because you suck. Stop cheating on your partner. It's disgusting. I'm serious. Stop that. Stop doing that. You know what's crazy? My phone has never once appeared in my dreams. It has become so permanently attached to my existence that my brain barely registers my phone at all. Did you know that you always see your nose? You always see your nose. Your brain simply edits it out not to waste attention at all. It's not something that's constantly present, but you always see your nose. Did you know that? That's the same thing your brain does to your phone and your subconscious, because guess what? Your phone is always there. Your phone has reached that same strange position in your life. It is always in your hand, always in your pocket, always sitting behind you, always sitting beside you. And somehow you have stopped noticing how much your entire existence has been filtered through your phone. The device itself has become invisible through ubiquity. It is the water you are swimming in, and you have forgotten that the water is wet. You're wet now. You understand that, right? You know, when you're swimming through water and then you get used to the water and you don't realize that you're wet. It's when you're in the shower, right? And you're really happy in the shower. You know, you don't want to get out the shower. You're having a good time in the shower. And before you got in the shower, you were dreading just getting wet for a second. But then you get in the shower and think, oh, this place is amazing. Then you get out and say, oh, it's really cold. While you're in the moment of it, you forget that is happening. You forget that you're actually getting wet in the shower. It's a very strange phenomenon. You use your phone for everything. You text through it, read through it, argue through it, stop through it, shop through it, work through it, date through it, play through it, travel through it, manage your money through it. Your teacher used to say you would never have a calculator always in your pocket. And now you carry a calculator, camera, library, television. You carry a map, a bank, a newspaper, an arcade, a workplace, an emergency contact list, all on one device. All of it. You book hotels, order food, check directions, look up guides, buy plane tickets, call your family, post your thoughts, follow the news, watch strangers destroy their reputations while sitting on the toilet. The phone is so much your life. It is so much your life. It swallowed every separate part of your life and placed it behind one screen. The fragmentation of existence has been condensed into a singular object, and now that object mediates almost every relationship you have with the world. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? Back in the day, I could separate every single thing into specific little categories. I believe this is the advent of convenience culture. You see, you've got your really fun apps like Waymo, which doesn't even allow somebody to drive with you in the car. We had Uber before, but now we're evolving in the Waymo. We had DoorDash, and we have Uber Eats, and we have Grubhub, and all these convenience apps. And on these apps, you can actually pay a little bit extra to get the food delivered faster to you because you don't want to drive when you could have somebody else do it for you. We have actively created this maid service and have food magically teleport to our front door. We've created a way to make things significantly easier for us through the advent of convenience, and you'll pay billions of dollars for convenience. I know you will. We've always had convenient ways, and we've been working towards getting things more convenient through time. I'll give you an example. I believe it started with the microwave for me. I realized that You know, I didn't have to cook outside on a fire. This is very specific, actually. I grew up in Africa. I didn't grow up in a hut or anything of that variety, but I was cooking outside more often than the average person. So when I had a microwave for the first time, that changed the game up entirely. Then, before the microwave, well, there was the oven. The oven made things, by God, it tasted better, but the oven took a little bit longer. Microwave was a bit faster. Oh, that was so much simpler. I used to wash myself outside with a bucket, some soap, and some water, but then I got a bathtub and a shower, made things significantly more convenient. When I lived in Africa, this just sounds disgusting. I used to poop in a bucket and have to toss it outside. I used to poop in a bucket, I had to toss it outside, clean out the bucket with rainwater. I did a lot of stuff, but now I have a toilet. Way easier. Significantly easier. We used to have to hunt for our food and water. Now we have grocery stores. Significantly more convenient. An entire aisle of food already pre-hunted and pre-packaged just for us. We have always worked towards making things as convenient as possible, just to make things easier for us. And the phone is the most convenient thing of all time. Without your phone, you feel weirdly empty. You can be surrounded by people, food, music, sunlight, an entire living world all ready for you to explore. Yet the second your phone battery dies, everything suddenly feels unfinished. Think of it for a moment, right? Think of that. You reach into your pocket automatically when you already know the phone is not there. You check for notifications that news happened around you. Oh, what's happening? You unlock it without knowing why, stare at the home screen, close it and open it again 30 seconds later. That is not a conscious decision. You are performing a ritual your body has rehearsed over and over and over and over and over and over again. The phone has trained your hands to seek stimulation before your mind has even declared or decided what it wants. The compulsion has become neurological. The habit has become psychological, physiological, biblical, booglogoink, bibloink. We have rewired our entire muscle memory to expect constant output. In the absence of that input, that registers as a lack of something vital within our lives. This phone addiction is actually destroying a lot of people. I don't know what it is. Oh, wait a second. Yes, I do. As I stated in the beginning of this video, it really is that phone. You ever seen somebody lose their vape? They start digging through the cushion, start accusing everybody. You take my vape? Did you take my vape? You take my vape? That's exactly what it's like when you lose your phone. You're thinking, oh my goodness, what's happening? Who took my phone? Who stole that? That's an iPhone 3, buddy. That's an iPhone 3. That's a vintage console, man. I need that. I need that. And then you see somebody looking at their vape to strap to her neck. Oh my goodness, that nicotine, that phone, that nicotine, same exact thing. Intertwined. That's a double helix. That's a DNA. It's in your DNA. It's in your mind frame. It's in your brain. You start retracing your steps, looking back, thinking, okay, I had this in my pocket. Is it up my butt? Nope, not up my butt. That's where the plug is. Okay, and I gotta contact my plug. That's really bad. Okay, I get thinking about my plug and the butt plug at the same exact time. And okay, is it in my tip? Nope, urethra. That's what a sounding rod is. Okay, that's not gonna work anywhere. And I gotta take the fursuit off, and you're realizing that this inflation furry stuff is holding you back. But I want you to focus on how people lose their vape, right? Just for 1 second. They cannot focus on anything else until it's back in their hand. And you can laugh at somebody tearing a room for nicotine, then experiencing that same panic because your phone slid underneath the car seat. We are carrying around machines that trigger genuine distress when separated from us for 10 minutes. And that's just normal for so many people. Talking about the propaganda and trauma square that is your phone, every morning, right? You wake up, boom, you open it, receive a professionally assembled collection of cruelty, political rage, public humiliation, disasters, scandals, wars, betrayals, and strangers screaming at one another. Oh, it's great. You are consuming more human suffering before breakfast than people in the past would have encountered across several generations. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that fun? Your nervous system, despite it being so nervous all the time, does not understand that these events are coming from different countries, different communities, and different moments in time. It only understands that you keep showing it danger. Then you keep wondering why you're anxious or angry or exhausted or suspicious and emotionally numb by noon. The phone is a firehouse of catastrophe aimed directly at your content. Did I say firehouse? Firehouse subs? You guys ever have firehouse subs? Is that still in business? Firehouse, hold up a second. Let me check on my phone. See that? I immediately went to go check on my phone about Firehouse subs. That's stupid. I didn't mistake my words. I purposely said Firehouse so I could transition into that. That's called world building. That's called One Piece. You guys should go read One Piece. And Chito Oda is amazing. What a great mangaka. God, I don't think he's gonna live to the end of One Piece, to be quite honest with you. I don't think he's gonna make it. He's making this manga for what, 24, 25 plus years? He's not gonna live. That man's not gonna live. They keep trying to push this manga out of this man, and he needs a break. He needs a big break. I know he takes a break every few weeks, and we're on a break week right now, I think. But man, he really needs a bigger break than the little small breaks that we've been giving this man, because it is just depressing. I'm sorry, let's talk about One Piece. I got really excited. Okay, let's get back to the phone stuff. You know what my least favorite comment I get on YouTube is? YouTube, stop showing me your videos. What these comments right here, these ones, these specific comments, YouTube, stop showing me your videos. Sorry to call you out, by the way, if you're watching this video. Sorry to call you out if YouTube did show you this video. Or my algorithm brought me here. These ones suck too. These are the worst things. Worst comments ever. It shows me that you don't pick what you want to watch. You allow a auto-generated AI-powered system to decide everything for you because it specifically has all your privacy information, data, your skin tone, has your height, has your blood type, has every single piece of information about you, and you willingly gave it all your biometric data so it can feed you. That's, guess what? Ads. The algorithm learns what keeps you staring, what you watch for more than 1 minute, what pisses you off, and then, boom. That's what you do. You know what rarely holds people's attention? Peace. You stop on one awful video, right? And you don't even watch the video. You scroll down to the comments to see the angry stuff. You see that stuff. And your brain says, oh, okay, I'm looking at this and I'm having to pay attention to this because it's angering and I have to focus on this. The same function in your caveman brain that focused on fire and knew fire was hot and dangerous, so you look at fire to understand why it's dangerous, is why you're reading those comments. Your brain prioritizes negativity all the time because our brains have an infiltrated negativity bias to keep us alive. So your camera looks at your eyes, by the way. Your camera, this isn't like a bit. I'm not making this up. This is actually what your camera does. It looks at your eyes because you have Face app open. It looks where your eyes are directed and sees what you're reading and looking at and decides that you want to look at that more. So it sends that biometric data through to the algorithm and decides you want to read more comments like this, right? You want to see more angry videos, so it only feeds you those same angry videos. I had a friend a while back kept asking me, why do I keep getting videos of Palestinian children dying? Because you keep watching those videos and keep commenting and saying prayers for Palestine at every single video. But what am I supposed to comment? Nothing. I don't know what to tell you. If you don't want to see it, don't comment anything. If you want to see a bunch of children getting annihilated, you're more than welcome to do that. That's all you want to do. Your phone decides that that is what you want to see over and over again. It keeps feeding you more of it until your screen becomes evidence that humanity is rotten. Humanity sucks. Oh, I hate humanity. Oh, I hate everybody. Everybody sucks. Why is everybody so racist? When did everybody get so racist? Huh? When did this happen? When did this happen? You're stupid. There is joy, love, generosity, art, friendship, beauty, community, and ordinary kindness happening every second of every day. Yet those things rarely chase you down with aggressive notifications. You interact with hatred, so the machine gives you hatred. You stare at fear, so it manufactures an endless hallway of things to fear. The algorithm is not evil at all. It has never been evil. It is just wild efficiency. It gives you more of what you already look at. And what you look at is shapes of evil, shapes of what you believe the world contains. That disgusts me. Anyways, you ever notice how you're less patient as a person nowadays, right? Because your phone is making you a worse person in very small ways. You ever see brain rot before? All the brain rot that constantly just hemorrhages your brain and does all the stuff with the brain rot and all the tongue sabor and Caparina and AI Fruit Island. Your attention gets weaker because every few seconds it brings a new image, sound, argument, joke, or headline. Listening to another person becomes harder because real conversations do not have skip buttons. You ever get mad mid-conversation when somebody stammers or stumbles over their words? You ever had that happen to you, right? You don't have playback speed controls or comment sections with regular conversations. You know what you got? You gotta listen to somebody. You know what I mean? And a lot of people start treating people as content. I'm a little burned out with speaking from regular people nowadays because it feels so draining over time. I enjoy making videos like this because I have time to take my time to think, to actually say words I want to see. So every time I have a disagreement, somebody tries to record the disagreement when it's in public. There are no private mistakes that I could possibly have with any of my friends because people literally try to cancel me every other week and make up stuff about me because of jokes that I said. Dude, I joked that I had cystic fibrosis one time and someone said, Ceros lies that he has cystic fibrosis. No, I made a joke that I had cystic fibrosis. One time I said, well, I date white people for reparations to, I mentally destroy white women in order to get reparations for my people. Said it exactly like that. Somebody said, did you know that Ceros actually mentally destroys white people and dates them to make them feel horrible about themselves? I don't do that. That's crazy. That's insane. Obviously a joke. Obviously a joke. But we can't joke anymore in this day and age. We can't do anything fun. I don't know what's going on there. I'm missing a few frustrations because I got posted in that Are We Dating the Same Guy group one time. It was a few years back. I posted in that group. And then somebody was like, did you, Ceros, he jokes about actively saying that he wants to end himself. Who does that? I'm like, everybody jokes like that. I think that's every joke. I don't know what you're talking about. That's just a regular basic joke. That's just, I don't want to be here. That's just regular. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I feel like we're losing human connection a lot. I just feel like we're losing a lot of human connection, man. Good news is that nobody was dating me that was the same person, which is awesome. That's great. I'm happy to not be a cheater. That's awesome. Thank God I'm not a cheater. Isn't that cool? God, I love doing the bare minimum. We are no longer experiencing human beings as complicated people. I'll give you an example of how we don't view people as people anymore. Watch this. This is MacArthur. Now, I want you to, this is a fun experiment we can do. I want you to guess what he politically believes. Just MacArthur right here. Now, just look at MacArthur. What do you think this person politically believes? Just guess right here. Now, based on those political beliefs, what do you think is their view on abortion? What do you think their view is on Steven Universe? All this other stuff. I just want to know what you think. Well, MacArthur is pro-abortion, very happy with abortion, loves Has-Been Hotel, believes in gun control and gun rights, and is homosexual and votes Republican. I want you to put all these things together. All those things and votes Republican. But how can he vote Republican if he likes Steven Universe and he's anti-abortion? Well, that's because he's Republican. That's because this person, MacArthur, believes in separation of the government and the state. He believes in the separation of those two things. He thinks there should be little government influence upon the state. That's what he believes. That's what he believes. He works hard and doesn't like social programs, but all those other things are true. That's called a complicated person. That's called having one set of ideas that doesn't follow the other set of ideas. Welcome to the real world. This is Kai. Why don't you look at Kai right here? Pretty sure you got a non-binary friend named Kai. Kai, I want you to guess their beliefs. Go ahead and guess what they believe. They're non-binary. They're Republican. Caught you off guard. Caught you slipping. They believe in polygamy, right? They believe in polyamory. They believe they should have multiple partners. But they also are anti-abortion because they believe in the value of all life. They also hate Steven Universe. They just hate Steven Universe. I will keep throwing shots at Steven Universe for as long as I live. We have filed people away into groups and tribes just by one thing they do or enjoy. You have got to stop doing that. People look at me and say, oh, he probably grew up in the suburbs and probably didn't have a good time. I live in the hood right now. As a matter of fact, I grew up in the hood. Everything I've done has been aggressive, evil, and angry. I was a Crip growing up. Life is bad. Everything is bad in my life. I have done horrible things to people, and horrible things have happened to me. I've been shot and stabbed. Welcome to the real world. But you look so flamboyant. No hood guy I know would ever dress like that. Come to Detroit. I don't know what to tell you. The phone trains you to process people the way you process a feed, and feeds are designed to be consumed. Never in any capacity do you understand anything you consume. My biggest gripe about phones is that they've nearly boredom. Oh my God. Boredom was, I feel, is where your inner life has to happen. That's where my best video ideas come from. You know what I do every single day in the morning? 7 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I set my phone down and I go take a walk around my neighborhood for 30 minutes talking to myself like a crazy homeless man. I just start spitballing ideas and thinking to myself, what can I talk about today? What will be a good video today? It makes me feel good. I get some sun in my body, I get a good walk in, and I eat a bagel, a little thing of water. I have a little bottle of water I always carry around with me, a bagel, bottle of water, and a little cup of oatmeal all the time. It helps me out a lot. Standing in line gave me time to think. Sitting in a waiting room lets my mind wander. Walking somewhere allowed me to notice buildings, trees, weather, faces, the strange little details of my own neighborhood. Every empty second gets filled with something nowadays. You cannot wait for food without scrolling. You cannot watch television without scrolling during the television. You cannot stop to even use the restroom or the bathroom without needing a second activity. Your mind never gets to stretch its legs because the phone keeps stuffing noise into every available space. Your silence has been completely eliminated. That is where original thoughts used to happen for you. Did you know that? Did you know original thoughts used to happen when silence was there? That's where the fun thoughts happen. A lot of times people keep telling me, you have a lot of original sentences. You make a lot of original sentences. You're just boring. Have you considered that you're just absolutely disgustingly boring? Wow, are you smoking something? I never smoked or drank in my life, by the way. I just want to point that out. It's just the fact that you haven't had the time and opportunity to allow your brain to actually think for 2 seconds in your worthless life. Why am I getting so angry at you? I must hate you. Being more than your phone requires deliberate resistance. Leave it in another room while you eat. Take walks without headphones and learn the shape of your neighborhood. Buy a cheap alarm clock so the phone does not have to sleep beside your head. Have you considered doing these things? Turn off notifications that are not coming from real people. Remove social media apps from the home screen. Read physical books. Write on paper. Memorize a few important numbers. Carry a small amount of cash. Ask people for directions occasionally. Spend time with friends. Just spend time with friends while everyone has their phones facing down. Give yourself 1 hour a day where everybody online can reach you. That's it. Sell to you, outrage you, frighten you, demand your attention. That's it. Just 1 hour. Just give them 1 hour. This is for people that constantly ask me on advice on how I make so many videos. This is just for you. This is specifically for you. People get maybe 1 hour in total during the day that they can contact me. That's all they get. The rest of the time, I'm making content, or I'm hanging out outside, or working out, or spending time with my loved ones. That's what I'm doing. The reason I'm able to be so efficient with making videos is because I spend most of my time not on my phone. So you ask me, how do I make videos better? How do I get more concise with video editing? How do I make more things? You make more things by making more things. That's the answer. Stop asking me stupid questions. You're going to piss me off. You are supposed to have a life that exists outside the device documenting it. You should have opinions that were formed before you go to the comment section of even this video. You should have memories that were never posted, jokes that were never clipped, meals that were never photographs, and quiet moments that belonged only to you. Your phone, in totality, is a tool. Tools are supposed to sit down when the work is finished. This one, however, whatever it may be, I don't even know where my phone is right now. The phone, it follows you everywhere. It goes into your bed, into the bathroom, into conversations, into grief, into love, into every moment where your mind might have discovered something on its own. Put the damn thing down, dude. There's an entire world outside of that screen, and that has been waiting far too long for you to look up outside your screen and realize that it really is that damn phone, isn't it? Well, thank you so much for checking out my video. I do a big video like this pretty much every weekend. If you guys want to subscribe or comment or anything of that variety, I'm pretty sure earlier in the video I probably told you to subscribe or probably follow my Patreon or something of that variety. This is the end where I tell you to do that again. Also, if you want to see if I'm actually scripting these things, you guys can see me live do this. I'm doing 10 panels at YomaCon in Detroit. This is at the end of October. I'm doing 10 panels. I would love for you to come out there. It's a very fun anime convention. It's one of my favorites. Not sure how you feel about being in Detroit, but I assure you downtown Detroit is safe. Just don't leave downtown Detroit. But this is YomaCon. I'll be there. I'm doing 10 panels. I also have 2 extra channels if you enjoy my ramblings or my stylings in any capacity. I have Cyril's Plays and Cyril's Side Thoughts. Cyril's Plays is where I play video games. Not a lot of editing over there. I kind of just upload raw gameplay of me playing video games. I like playing video games. Fun thing for me to do. And then Cyril's Side Thoughts. I have a Reddit channel. I read Reddit stories and give my unfiltered opinions about situations on Reddit. That's what I do. Also have a Patreon. I'm pretty sure I talked about this earlier in the video, but I got a Patreon if you guys want to help me out with Patreon. It's $1 a month. Bada bing, bada boom. Would really appreciate it if you guys gave me $1 a month, $1. You don't get any benefits in the Patreon. It's just to support me and make sure I make 2 videos every single day. That's pretty much all the Patreon does. I edit all these videos myself. I do all this stuff myself. It's all my own. Me, my mo, me, my mo, me, him, me, noi, SpongeBob, bada bing, bada boom, doodle blah, 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 blah. Anyways, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. And I'm out. Peace.
I'm your nigga night, be my loyalties low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.